Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Artist Loving Artist, and this is episode 50, and I'm so happy to be here with two amazing gentlemen. They were so kind enough to let me be a guinea pig in their studio, and I met them through booking a show here. So please welcome Paul Chapin and Phil Kegley. Hi, guys.
Wow, thank you, Mina.
Thank you.
Hello. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you guys so much for having me. This is amazing. I played here maybe about 2 months ago, and I have to give a shout out to Shredword because he is like the major connector. He's helped me get some people on the pod. He introduced me to you guys, and I was just kind of thrilled with what you're doing here. So thank you. Thank you so much for sharing this space, and I'm happy to be here.
Absolutely. We'd like to also shout out to Shreddy.
Yeah, Shred.
Love you, Shred.
Love you, Shred. Before we get started, just so you guys know, we are at HowMuch Studios, which we will talk about here. And if you haven't heard, we do have merch for the podcast, Artist Loving Artists. You can get those at minasoto.com/ALA-merch. So check it out. We got lavender color and a sand dune color, and they're flying off the shelf, honestly. So nice. Get them while they're hot. Okay, well, welcome to the episode. How are you guys doing? How are you feeling?
Feeling great. Yeah. Really happy to be here. Thanks so much for coming out and
Thank you.
working with us on this. I can't speak for Phil, but I will anyways. And I think we're ecstatic.
He's right. I'm feeling great.
Yeah, you guys look like you're happy and healthy to be here. Thank you. Shout out to Reid also. He's behind the camera and the sound. We appreciate you so much. Thank you, man. Thank you for doing this. But I do want to start basically with HowMuch. We are in your actual, it's a recording studio. You have shows here. You have a beautiful bar that we're behind. You obviously do podcasts now. So tell me about it. How did it start? What was the idea? And what are your goals with it, essentially? That's a lot of questions at once, but
sure it is.
We can knock them out. No problem.
One by one. Go. Rapid fire.
So, I mean, HowMuch started with a friendship with myself and Phil Kegley. Mm-hmm. It was definitely a mutual kind of thing that an idea, a concept, if you will, that we started, during probably around the pandemic, I would say.
Yeah. I'd say like May of 2020.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it's towards the beginning, actually.
A lot of great ideas came out of pandemic, for sure.
And a lot of silly ones too, but and that's kind of what we love about HowMuch. It is we try not to take it too seriously, but also we take what we do seriously.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, for sure. And so what was the main concept of what you wanted to do? Was it just recording? Was it just shows? Was it this whole vision in general?
It was kind of all of it, right?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't think that we were planning on actually taking HowMuch to the studio space, but we were planning on having fun with it, and like it was like we were into like selling merchandise and stuff. Like we wanted to be a brand.
Oh, okay.
And like HowMuch was something that Paul and I used to joke around about, just like hey, let's sell some stuff on OfferUp. It's hard to go to the store these days because it was mid-pandemic.
Yeah,
so,
totally.
And like Craigslist and stuff, so we'd be selling like things that we didn't no longer needed that were cool items, and
totally.
And we're just like, how much? And how much us, and stuff.
I love that. I was going to ask what the origin of the title of your studio space was. Yeah.
And that applies to everything though. Even with our studio rates, we can be like, how much? And I don't know.
Yeah, we want to make everything kind of approachable for everybody, and it was just one of those things that we kept saying over and over, and it became a term between us, just a verb. How much?
well, and there's that goes even deeper. The plot thickens because at that time we were also like buying up Dogecoin and Bitcoin and Ethereum and stuff. So like we were like this fake joke. Like our podcast was like a fake investment.
Oh
group.
My god!
That was not financial advice at all. But we were into exercise and like drinking beer.
Yeah. Speaking of which, you guys had a podcast that you did. Is it still active? Because I saw a clip of it, you doing that.
The dream is still alive, but however the production has ceased. After we got this space, it's like between time constraints and like just having better things to do with ourselves.
Sure.
Not that wasn't fantastic, but I just think it was a different time where we had time to commit to like writing episodes and like improvising, and we had a setup that was always set up so we could just kind of plug in and is always live streamed. So, and that time has changed too.
Yeah.
That kind of goes back to also how much started. We ended up being roommates and kind of, locked in the same four walls together. So, these kind of silly ideas created, and some of the ideas we had were better than others. And here we are now,
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are really picking up steam with people you're booking. Obviously, hopefully, like the doors open for podcasts. But you guys do have like a certain chemistry that I appreciate because I can tell it in like two really good friends. And to take it that extra mile as far as creativity goes, because creativity is so sacred to people sometimes. So the fact that you two can do it together, I think is really special. And that creates a lot of momentum for stuff like this. So I just kudos to you. I think this is like an amazing thing that you're doing. And it's really reaching a lot of people.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for that.
That was really nice to say. Thanks.
No, yeah. I just speak truth, man.
Well, and we know that you're doing the same thing.
I'm trying, man. I think we're all kind of trying, right? We're trying to make a name for ourselves in the most unique way possible. And I think HowMuch is so unique because the structure of it is not like, I came to play a show, but the vibe was just so different. Like I saw the bar, I saw the studio setup, I saw the stage, and I'm just like, wow, this is a good time. Like it's not like the pressure of playing like at a bar downtown or something.
Yeah,
it's very approachable, like you guys said. Yeah,
because all of our events are private, and we basically, when we book things, we were like, we're trying to design for this intimate space in every event. We want it to be like a party for that person, and to invite their friends and have it be their party for their friends.
That's amazing.
And Paul and I just want to cater to it.
Yeah, that's kind of how this podcast is. I wanted to, just be the conduit for you guys to talk about what you love. So that's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. So what is like a huge goal that you guys have for HowMuch? What is your white whale?
I feel like we're already like living it.
I love that.
We get to work with bands that we love. We get to hear like shows if you go to a music venue and you're like, man, I wish something was like a little bit like this or that, or I wish they paid a little bit more attention to the sound.
Sure.
And we're here living it. And, Phil is our main engineer here at the studio, and he has such a great ear and such a great attention to detail on it. Oftentimes I kind of get to be like the host, more so working with the guests, which is awesome because Phil works with the band so close and does, I think, such a great job. Like, it's awesome to be even just a fly on the wall, but to be actually working with everybody that gets to set foot in here. It's a blessing every day.
I love that.
He's right. We feel we are pretty privileged to have such a great group of talented people surrounding us, and coming in and out the doors frequently.
Yeah. You guys have constant shows here.
And if there's anywhere we need to go with it, it's just like some more of the same, and like just keep upping the quality and upping the output.
Yeah. And you are really great at that. You were paying so much attention to the cameras we have. Shout out to the cameras. The sound. There's so many. Hey. One there. No, and I appreciate that because you don't really find that quality in places you play or.
See, we appreciate that. That's what that's what makes us feel good, is that if people are like, you don't find this anywhere, and we're like, oh, cool, because we're not even like we're just a private studio.
Yeah, but it's definitely creating something.
We want to bring that atmosphere into like our space.
Yeah.
So that's, if there's a goal that we've met, that's one of them for sure.
Absolutely. It's a good representation of who you guys are too. I don't know you extremely well, but I know you well enough to know that it exudes what you guys stand for, and it's great. Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. Okay, so we talked about that you were from Ohio because my fiance's from Ohio. Did you guys meet in Ohio?
We did not, but we are both Midwesterners.
Okay, yeah, I'm from Wisconsin originally.
Wisconsin, okay, cool. Talk about that. How did you guys meet? What did you feel an instant connection as soulmates that you are for best friends?
Well,
that's a yes.
I will say yes on that for sure. But we had a long path to get. The way that me and Phil met actually is pretty interesting. So I did grow up in Ohio, but I moved to Tucson, Arizona when I was 15. My mom, shout out to my mom, she got a job at the University of Arizona, so she packed us up and we all moved down as a family, my sister, my dad, and actually my sister, I don't know what I'm talking about. She had moved out of the house already.
You're like, I don't even have a sister.
But she's always a huge part of my heart. Shout out to Lou, big time. But I moved here with a guy that I met in Tucson, and we had a band that was going for a few years. and we actually had a show booked with one of Phil's band, the Phil Kegley band, and another band called
Chaos Revolution Theory.
Chaos Revolution Theory. Yeah. And we had another band called 40 Dead Men that was somehow involved in the bill.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of goes a little bit back before that because I was visiting here at the beginning of 2014, and I saw Tone Monkeys, his band, and 40 Dead Men playing a show. And then I said, hey, let's book a show later that year.
Oh, amazing.
Which was with Chaos Revolution Theory. And then, but...
Yeah, well, both of the bands that were from Austin ended up splitting up, the Tone Monkeys and 40 Dead Men. But me and Billy started a band, and we had kind of like... Phil was in our circuit somehow, and we'd seen that he was doing this studio thing, and we were like, whoa, let's check that out.
Yeah.
So when me and Billy started Gasoline Boots, the band, we, first thing we went and checked in on Phil and loved the space. Had a killer EP that we recorded with him in 2016?
20, yeah. It had to be probably closer to 17, yeah.
2017, yeah. That sounds about right.
Because I think I got in this building in like May of 2016. So.
Awesome. That's great.
So it could, just months after that, if not the next year. But I think you guys recorded 2 EPs with me, and then we worked on an album.
Okay, cool. So you all worked. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So you worked pretty closely together.
So I was the engineer for his band, basically.
Perfect.
I was like the 5th boot.
Oh, cool. The unofficial
because it was Gasoline
boot.
Boots, and and there was 4 of them. So
that's so cool.
Well, that was their term, by the way. I was the 5th boot.
The 5th.
Phil was absolutely the 5th boot.
I love that. We'll make you a shirt that says that, the 5th boot.
Yeah.
Sweet. Awesome. Okay, that's amazing. And yeah, you guys obviously have like a very distinct chemistry, and I recognize it because I have the same with my best friend. So it's special, and nurture it and cherish it, and you guys will grow old together in some kind of way,
He cooked me a pork chop last night at like midnight. It was awesome.
A pork chop? Oh, he cooked you one?
Yeah.
That's so nice.
Yeah,
it was great. It was fantastic.
We did a video session, and then it was like, dude, there's a pork chop at the end of the road.
The light at the end of the tunnel, a pork chop.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. I love your love for each other.
It was great.
Okay,
Thanks
cool.
for that pork chop.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime. I wish you had more.
That's his love language, pork
Can you
chop.
host a cooking show with us?
Sure,
next time?
yeah, let's
Okay.
do it next time.
Cool.
We'll do Cooks Loving Cooks or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. And let's talk a little bit about your all's music, because they are musicians as well. They're not just random dudes, I found, and they don't just have an amazing studio. But tell me about your projects and what you guys got going on with them, and where people can listen to it. And of course, we'll plug it at the end of the episode as well.
Well, I actually have in the past year I've released 2 EPs.
Sweet.
It's just solo music, so it's under Phil Kegley. Mm-hmm. It's those are a mixture of things from the last decade. Actually, I just kind of had them stashed away.
Oh, nice.
For most of it, one of them I recorded here in Austin and just got around to mixing and finishing it. The other I recorded in Wisconsin.
Oh, wow.
When I was in my 20s, and it just kind of surfaced, resurfaced.
Oh, yeah.
So and then I just like did the mixing treatment on it, and it's been a great time, like bringing those back, and alongside my normal performances, which I don't perform much. I'm more of like busy with the studio and prioritizing productions over myself mostly. So
right, it's good to have it in your back pocket.
But I am working on some new stuff, so hopefully.
Great.
2024, there's going to be a number of releases for me.
Yeah,
for
I love
sure.
that. Sounds like it's each chapter of your life you start to write again. That's awesome.
Yeah, actually, well, it's weird. It's almost like you have to it's almost, you're right. I almost can't write until there's a chapter that needs to be completed.
Till you've lived a little.
Yeah, because as soon as that's done, it's like, you need to have these experiences that
Totally.
drive, And sometimes I think I used to chase the experience that would inspire me to write.
Yeah.
That doesn't always mean a good thing. Sometimes it's like, I need to get my heart broken so I can write a song.
Totally.
But so I think what I've realized is the more stable I am in life, it's maybe harder to just keep pumping out tunes all the time,
Yeah, I feel the same way. It,
or
like,
something, it's kind of like some
No.
weird connection like that.
I totally get that. I feel like the happier, more stable I get in my life, the harder it is to write songs. So
Yeah.
trying to fight with that or like, let it be in some kind of way. But it's tricky. It's always hard to keep that going. So I totally get that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And, you got the chance to play here and, offer still down to do your video here for your music.
Hey, I absolutely will. Thank you.
Yeah.
You guys are too good to me. Thank you. Cool. All right. How about your stuff? Tell us about you.
Oh, well, I'm the bass player guy. So
The bass player. I love that.
yeah. And that's kind of how, my journey started. I was playing guitar and got into, I realized that like all my friends were playing guitar and I was like,
I don't want to play guitar.
we need a bass. Who's going to do that? I always heard that low, majestic tone and it was like, who's doing that? Nobody's doing that. Cool. Sounds like a job I can have all the time. Sounds great. And, I picked it up and I loved it.
Did it come pretty easy for you?
I wouldn't say easy, but I had a good time with it. I've always had kind of bigger hands. So like it fit the strings and it made it, I guess I had a little bit more of an advantage than some of the kids in my grade, but
Sure.
It still took a lot of hard work and I loved it. So it didn't feel like work,
Yeah.
But then once, the jamming started happening and stuff and kind of back to what I was saying with me and when I teamed up with Billy Boswell in 2015, 2016, whenever that was, it was such a new style of music, just playing like blues rock.
Yeah.
But I had such a good time learning from him and all the experiences we went through together as a band. But yeah, Gasoline Boots was such a fun time. It brought me so many new friends, so many experiences. I definitely wouldn't be here right now if it weren't for, that particular project.
Sure.
And hands down, like the coolest thing that I've ever been a part of as far as music goes. And
Yeah.
love those guys.
Yeah, those guys were great. You guys
Yeah.
kicked ass.
Got to watch my good friend Matt Wilden grow up in that band. He was
It's amazing.
Our first gig was at Shiner Saloon. I had like
On Fifth Street, right?
On Fifth
I've played there before.
Yeah, it's cool. You're kind of in the
kinda
window.
cool, yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Oh, yeah.
you can see kind of what's happening around town. But he wasn't even 21 at the time, and now we've been
wow.
friends for almost a decade, pretty close. And he's out in New Jersey, which is one of the big reasons the band's not playing anymore.
Bummer,
but
yeah.
Yeah, it's a bummer, but he's doing his own thing, and he's kicking ass.
He's chugging along, yeah.
He is.
Have you guys thought about trying to do like remote recordings with each other? Sounds like you had a pretty good chemistry.
No, we haven't. We haven't put a pen to paper on that. No, but I mean, it's something that I think. Where
Maybe
do you
one
come
day.
up with these good ideas?
It just comes to me. I don't know.
That's great.
That's
a
awesome.
really good idea, and we should definitely consider
Yeah,
it.
I think something like, it's hard to keep a band together in general, but to have that much camaraderie and respect for each other, I think is really important. So there could be a line there, to revisit. I don't know.
I love it.
Yeah, cool.
It's a great idea.
That's awesome. Well, thank you guys for sharing all about you and how much and your music, and we'll definitely put some of your tunes at the end of the episode. But now we're going to get into the next portion of the episode itself. So we'll take a pause, we'll listen to one of your first picks, and then we'll come back and talk about it. Cool?
Awesome, yeah.
Yeah, we'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and we just listened to Paul's pick, The Beatles, In My Life, and I love that song so much. Not to bring a damper on it, but we played this at my uncle's funeral because he loved the Beatles so much, and it's just such a beautiful song. But tell me why you love it, Paul, and why you picked this one.
Well, it's just such a good, wholesome song. It really it pulls all the feels. It's
It does, yeah.
one of those songs where it's John Lennon actually showing his soft side a little bit.
Which he doesn't often, yeah.
You get, those great guitar melodies, just enough of the vocal harmonies. There's hard pans on each side, of course, with the recording style from that era.
Yeah.
It just feels good. It reminds me of my sister so
Aw,
much.
that's so sweet.
It just hits all the chords.
It really does, yeah, totally. Do you like this song, Phil?
Absolutely, yeah. It's a lot of the same sentiments that you guys were talking about. The harpsichord little
it's so
solo
good.
is awesome too. But it's a song that was captured in a time that seems it's like a past time,
Mm-hmm.
but it's timeless.
It
still.
is. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty like bittersweet, but so beautiful. You know, you can listen to it happy or sad.
Agreed.
Yeah, like like what you said, it's kind of like fits a lot of different emotions.
Definitely. They did that really well. They could do a range of things for sure. And there could be a whole episode that we do on the Beatles.
Yeah.
Obviously, but
Right.
but this was a great pick for sure. Anything else about this one?
Just the guitar tones and
Oh,
the
so
melody,
good.
you know, that's I can't believe that didn't jump off the page for me right off the bat. But
Yeah, totally.
it really is. I feel like people didn't have to, and I'm sure they did, but it was just like guitar tones were so good that got captured back then. You know, it's wild.
Yeah, it was definitely highlighted in that era. I think they were really messing around with a lot of stuff. It seems like. I don't know shit about, recording, but it seems like if you listen to that kind of stuff, you hear that. So I could be wrong, but that's what it sounds like.
I'm on the same page with you.
Well, yeah, and lyrically, it sounds like you almost get like you can tell that the memories that maybe if it's from the perspective of John Lennon,
Yeah.
like he's proud to have had those memories.
Yeah, absolutely. That's where the bittersweetness comes in. Totally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and maybe that it's over kind of sucks, right?
Yeah. But you're glad it happened.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful song. Awesome. All right. You guys ready to get into the next pick? Anything else about this one? Maybe.
Don't think so.
Okay, cool. All right. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and we just listened to Phil's pick, which was John Frusciante. Did I say that right?
Oh, yeah.
Going Inside. And
I believe so. I believe it's pronounced correctly.
Frusciante, maybe? I never heard this song. It was pretty cool. I liked it. Tell me about it.
Well, actually, there's a lot to do with him and the Chili Pepper. He's the guitarist of the Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
Like off and on for ever now. Uh-huh. But that was like his first, like in my opinion, like substantial solo album. Mm-hmm. And he went for a lot on that one. It was pretty cool. And it had this like definitive sound at the time. It was like maybe 2001. Uh-huh. And I always I was a teenager and I was pretty inspired by like this dude just doing it alone,
Yeah.
And it inspired me to kind of start to try and do things on my own.
Amazing.
Which led to like how many other things that I did on my own.
So he was a big part of that, for
yeah,
sure.
I absolutely would say that.
That's amazing.
About him, yeah.
Was it like his guitar playing or the writing or the fact that he went out on his own, or was it everything?
It was never the fact that he was solo, but
Mm-hmm.
it was like definitely his guitar playing and his voice and his songs, and actually it kind of ties in because he was like a huge fan of the Beatles.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So if you listen to all of his other 20 albums or whatever he's got now.
Yeah. You could definitely hear that.
Yeah,
That's
for sure.
awesome. Yeah, it's very different. When you said he was part of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, I expected to hear something kind of in that realm, but it's completely different.
Yeah.
Very, very unique. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. How do you feel about it?
Love it.
Love it? 10 out of 10?
Say so.
So not to do a spoiler alert, but you guys have a connection with the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and you guys. So what is that there? Do you guys just love them? Do you listen to them all the time?
I think for me, it definitely goes back to when, I made the decision to start being like bass was the instrument for me.
Yeah.
And the Chili Peppers was, I'm finding all my music like from CDs that I'm like scrounging up from my sister or, my neighbors or whatever I can get my hands on, I'm trying to listen to, in the mid 90s, late 90s and stuff. And definitely once that magical, low tone that I was trying to put my brain around was that bass tone. And when I heard, Flea making the bass sound so many different ways, I was like, I got to know more about this band.
Yeah, it was magical. Yeah.
And one of my favorite records that the Chili Peppers does, Blood Sugar Sex Magic.
Mm-hmm.
It's, I believe, Frusciante's first record with them,
No,
right?
it's a second one.
Second?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
He was still new to the band. He was a youngster.
He was a kid.
Though, right?
He was like 20, 21 when he did that album with them.
Yeah. I saw Anthony Kiedis on Joe Rogan. Shout out Joe Rogan. Just kidding. But he had a really interesting story about how they all started. And they were so young. That was something that really stood out to me, how young they were, and so many things that they tried to pull off that they he was like, it didn't work, but we tried it. I found that really intriguing, and I respected him a lot for it, the way he talked about it. So very interesting.
Yeah, he was like a really big fan of the band.
Yeah, he loved the band.
John Frusciante was a fan of the Chili Peppers.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant the band.
I love the band.
The band is great.
Shout out the band.
Shout out to the band, yeah. Awesome. Anything else about this song, Phil? Any memories tied to it? Anything specific?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess, just that whole feeling of being like 14.
Yeah. Special times.
It's hard to describe. It's like, now that I'm like 37 or whatever, yeah, it's hard to imagine being 14, but there was a feeling, and it felt like that, and I don't know how else to describe it.
I love that. I mean, music can totally do that, just encapsulates a certain time or era or memory, so it's special, definitely.
Yeah.
Sweet, I love this one. It's added to my favorites, for sure.
Oh, cool.
Absolutely. All right, we'll get into the next one, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and before we get into the next pick, let's see what's going to happen here.
Well, that was Funky Monks by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Is
there
that
you
correct?
go. Yes, that is correct.
Not Funky Monks.
Oh no, I'm sorry. No, that is incorrect. That was shit. I just lost it. If you have to ask.
Oh yeah.
Thank you so much. Gosh. Okay, perfect.
Well, cheers to that.
Close, though.
Yeah, cheers to that. Woo!
I did love Funky Monks also. That's a great one. Still do.
Yeah. And
This-
why do you guys love this song so much?
I mean, this album is super special to me for sure. I really just the bass playing, the rhythm section is. I mean, Chad Smith and Flea are just locked in all the time. The tones are great. I'm the biggest sucker for falsettos. Just that high, that high range when dudes sing and they just hit that high.
You feel something, right?
It does something to me. That's for sure.
We'll call back to the last song. That was John Frusciante doing the falsetto.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is amazing. That's sweet.
Those walking weird off step bass lines though that Flea's doing, where it's it makes you feel almost uncomfortable.
Yeah, you were definitely doing some air bass to it. Yeah.
There's something about that is just so
Intriguing.
awesome.
See,
Yeah.
that's what made me fall in love with the Chili Peppers too, is the funk. How they're like this punk and funk. Mm-hmm.
Definitely punk and funk.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to put them in a genre, honestly. What do you call them?
They're almost like hip hop influence too.
Well, nowadays they're like
Definitely.
rock and stuff.
Yeah.
For
Or
sure.
They have been
Well,
through a lot of times.
old.
They're old.
They're so
They're old as hell.
but they're still making records. So
Oh, yeah,
shout
they're
out
still
to
pumping
them.
them
for
out.
that.
Yeah.
Definitely. And why do you love this song so much, Phil? Anything in particular?
Oh yeah, same with that whole album. It's hard to just nail it down, but that was definitely one of their breakout albums. I love all their '80s stuff that came right before that. This is the Blood Sugar Sex Magic has all those hits like Under the Bridge, and I Could Have Lied as a song off there that I just when I was younger it was my favorite song for 20 years.
Oh, really? Yeah. And did you guys connect on this album mostly, or just the Chili Peppers in general?
I don't know if we've ever really. dug
Yeah, I
into
don't think
this
we ever got
album.
nerdy about it together.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
that's really interesting.
but we're kind of we're similar dudes, so
Yeah.
it's naturally we probably
It's like a psychic thing. You're like, I know you like this.
Yeah.
I know you like this.
We listened to a lot of yacht rock together.
Yeah.
Yacht rock.
Well, the Chili
That's
Peppers wouldn't be on there.
No, they wouldn't. But I'm just saying that's normally what we're listening to.
Oh yeah,
Very cool.
Or have you ever heard the Mortal Kombat 2 soundtrack?
the arcade one.
We listen to that
Well,
all the time.
yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we actually do. We have it on
In
vinyl
like
over
5 years, that'll be something
Oh
that
my
we'll
God.
put back on the podcast.
Yeah, when you guys come back for the episode, we'll do a
Totally.
Mortal Kombat. You have it on vinyl, you said?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Midway also.
there. Yeah, I think Warner Brothers released that. Actually, it's an official vinyl. It's the actual arcade.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It
Audio
just
quality.
disappears. You're like, I think Mina took that. I loved Mortal Kombat when I was younger.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, my brothers used to play it all the time. So when they would leave, I would sneak into their room and play it.
Oh yeah.
It was so awesome.
That was-
I even
yeah.
saw the movie that they released on HBO Max. It was actually pretty good. Did you
Oh,
guys
cool.
see that?
Yeah, in the theater. We went together
Oh,
to the
that's
theater.
so cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
Classic.
Cheers to that, Polly.
Cheers,
Thank
guys.
you.
Cheers,
Oh.
guys.
Cheers.
Oh, if you want a coupe glass, you're more than welcome to put your
No,
club
you're
soda in
totally
there.
fine. Thank you guys so much. I was telling the guys I'm doing a dry month, and I picked the wrong month to do it because this is the perfect spot to have a glass of champagne.
Yeah.
But I appreciate it. Thank you. Perfect. Anything else about this song before we get into the next one?
Oh, no. Please let it roll.
Okay, we'll be right back. And we're back, and we just listened to Red Hot Chili Peppers again, and this is Dreams of a Samurai. Never heard this one before, but this sounds more in the realm of what I know of the Chili Peppers,
Right.
and the drums and the bass really, really stood out to me, but tell me why you guys love it so much.
So this one actually didn't have John Frusciante. There was 2 albums recently that they did with Josh Klinghoffer, which is actually someone that worked with John for a long time and also worked with them on tour.
Oh, okay.
As like, a backup player or whatever. But this is off the album The Getaway. Mm-hmm. And that's, as a long-term Chili Peppers fan, it was like one of my favorite albums that they did since like Californication.
Really?
Yeah.
Strong words.
Yeah, no, I know, right? And like I've been pushing that for forever,
Yeah.
and not everybody's like, they're like, what? And it's okay, but what I loved about that song was there's like so much truth in Anthony. You can tell that he's reflecting on maybe some definitely unfortunate events.
Yeah, it's not a happy song.
No, it's not. And I don't always like songs that are happy.
Sure.
But this one in particular, like it reminded me of like One Hot Minute almost. Like some of the songs off there that they did with Dave Navarro from Jane's Addiction.
Yeah.
And it's like, to me, that was like totally Chili Peppers, like in like their
nutshell.
dramatic way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know, I play guitar, but I don't know a ton about drums and bass, but there's something very, very distinct about the drums on this song.
Oh, Chad Smith is like ripping.
It's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, they get to jam on this one, and they get to do all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah.
So and as a musician, I really love.
You can respect it, right?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Because I know from experience that even if a song is like has some dark connotations to it, it feels good to perform.
Absolutely. It's probably cathartic for them in some kind of way.
I bet.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. To be honest, I've never really dug into this record too much.
Really?
Myself.
Okay.
And it's like you said, the bass and the drums always resonate to me with the Chili Peppers. And Kiedis, it's funny, I kind of started thinking about what you were saying about Jane's Addiction and when Dave Navarro was the One Hot Minute. And I'm just thinking about Kiedis and he's so hype. And I could just like see, for some reason, I just started daydreaming and thinking about like, we're going to keep doing this no matter what. And then he's like, fuck yeah, we got the dude from Jane's Addiction. Yes, let's do this.
Yeah,
it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Totally.
Well, because he used to admire, Anthony Kiedis admired Jane's Addiction's performance and like the energy that they brought, and he talks about it all the time, has brought it up several times, and it's in his book, it's in his interviews, and like I agree with him 100%. I'm like, hell yeah, it must be cool to witness that.
Yeah, one thing I respect about Anthony Kiedis is he's not trying to be something else. That's just who he is.
He's actually like whether you either like him or you don't, and
exactly.
and he's gonna, and not all of his songs are like California, but
sure,
there's a lot of them, but it's okay.
Yeah, maybe he has a.
That's why I picked the songs that aren't California.
I love that. No, I haven't heard these ones, so this is great. I'm loving it. It's cool.
Great tunes, though, definitely, and they know how to capture whatever feeling they're feeling.
Well, it's kind of cool that Paul and I, just naturally went on this Chili Peppers tangent on this episode, because it does make sense now that we get to play like a progression of a lot of it.
Totally.
Because if it was my solo thing, I'd definitely be like Chris Isaac, Wicked Game, and
that's a good one too.
Duran, Ordinary World, and Peter Gabriel.
Those are all good ones too.
In Your Eyes, like that'd be like my picks for my like solo episode, and I'd be like, "Are you watch the camera? I'm gonna tear now. I'm gonna like ready."
They just zoom in.
Tears.
Yeah.
Don't cry.
Just a single
I'll make that
tear.
episode by myself sometime.
Yeah, I'll come back and do 2 solo episodes with you guys. Yeah. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they have a lot of that 80s yacht rock stuff going on.
I
For
love
sure.
that.
Hey, those aren't on Yacht Rock, man.
Are you sure?
Yacht
man?
Rock Radio, dude. That's you got the not the margarita, but she likes pina colada.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Buffett. Yeah.
Let's ride.
No, that's not.
Let's go.
No, that's not Jimmy Buffett.
That's not?
Swear.
Oh no, hold on.
I think it is.
Pina colada.
Oh wait,
maybe.
no. No, you're right. I'm thinking of Margaritaville.
I was thinking of Margaritaville.
Yeah, you guys are. Yeah,
we're
okay,
wrong.
thank you.
We're wrong. Sorry.
Appreciate that. Just yeah.
Who
thanks.
is Pina Colada?
Well, the viewers can research that on their own,
And they can get back to me. I'll put a poll on Spotify.
Yeah, let's do
Who
it.
sings Pina
It's
Coladas and
definitely
Dance
not.
in the Rain?
I wouldn't boast about Jimmy Buffett songs.
No, it's not Jimmy Buffett. He's okay.
I would have a cheeseburger in paradise though.
I've been to a Cheeseburger in Paradise. They're actually
Oh,
pretty good.
I mean, I'm not saying the restaurant. We have also done a gambling video at Cheeseburger in Paradise.
See, I don't even remember that. Wow.
We're just bringing it all back. I love
Yes,
it.
that's okay. Thank you.
That's
You're
amazing.
You're unleashing. Careful what you opened up here. It's Pandora's box.
That's what I was hoping for. That's the goal.
How much box?
Yeah.
How much box? I love that. Great. This is a great pick. I loved it. This is added. I mean, this is giving me a whole new appreciation for the Chili Peppers, honestly, because I only know, just a small amount of their catalog, which is huge. So thank you.
Yeah,
It's great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is that like one of the records Danger Mouse produced? or
Oh
whatever?
yeah. Hey, thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a huge thing too because usually Rick Rubin produces their records, and how many countless hits have they had with him? And honestly, like the two albums after that, I've been listening to lately, and like actually have been getting into them. But this Danger Mouse, who produced that one Black Keys album, has like the one that sounds like Led Zeppelin or something.
Okay. I don't know if I've heard it.
I can't think. It almost sounds like Stairway to Heaven. It's like
It's the one after Attack and Release.
the album or the song.
The album is after.
Reid's nodding his head. Yes.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll have to. Yeah, again, there's more to to explore
Totally.
with that. But Danger Mouse produced a huge hit album with the Black Keys, and
Okay.
he produced this particular Chili Peppers song or the album that was off of. And I just, like I said, I was just a breath of fresh air as a Chili Peppers fan because
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I love every song off this album.
Yeah,
And
totally.
it's been a long time since I was like, dude, every song I love.
Right. It's still them, but it's just
Unbelievable.
evolving. Yeah.
Danger Mouse.
Yeah, Danger Mouse.
Awesome.
Check it out. Check it out.
Portugal
Sweet.
the Man would definitely be on one of my lists, and he definitely produced at least one of their albums.
Very cool.
That's badass.
That is awesome. Sweet. Awesome. All right, we'll get into the next one. How you guys feeling?
Great.
Good?
Yeah, let's get in the next
Got
one.
steam? Still got steam?
Oh, we got no. We're just getting started.
We're
so.
here all night, folks. All right, we'll be right back. All right, we're back, and we just listened to Gasoline Boots Canned Biscuits, and this is Paul's band.
It is. It's
Yeah.
kind of all of our bands.
It's
If you think
amazing.
it belongs to everybody.
It's awesome.
Not just the members of the band. Just we're out there in the world.
Yeah, it's
somewhere.
incredible. I'm sad that it's not continued, but it sounds great, and I love it. And it's very reminiscent of like Leonard Skinner kind of.
Whoa. Cool.
Yeah, it's in that realm for me for sure.
That's awesome. You say that. We always considered ourselves Austin's number one punk rock blues band. So that
That's
sounds
interesting.
About
You
right.
say punk rock blues. I wouldn't have. To me, it's like it feels like very classic. It's interesting.
Well, when I say punk rock blues, I mean like punk rock like. Leonard Skinner used to like cruise around and like pick fights
Sure.
with all sorts of people, you know what I mean? And not saying that we were fighters or anything, but
Yeah.
we kind of brought that energy of just like, well, we're going to play like 12-hour show. Like I remember one day we did 2 sets back to back, took a 3-hour break and then played another 4-hour set
Oh my god.
on like a Pecan Street Festival or something, trying to get our name out there.
Damn.
Just the 3 of us, like me, Matt, and Billy. And it was right around the time where we wrote this song. Billy wrote this song, and we all chipped in our parts, of course. But
yeah.
yeah, it was we like definitely worked really hard to get to where we were
Yeah.
at the time, and there was a lot of leadership from Billy specifically, who was such a great, not only friend, just his presence like was so fun to be around.
Yeah.
You wanted
to play with him.
to play with him, you wanted to hang out with him, you wanted to hear what he had to say, and that's why I love this song specifically. He went to school in Nashville or in Tennessee for a while, and he gave me a ring one day. It was just like, "Hey, you want to start a band?" I said, "Fuck yes, I
love
want to
that.
start a band."
Wanna
Are you
start a
kidding me?
band?
With Billy
Yeah.
Boswell? Holy shit!
That's amazing.
And I was working on my own stuff at the time, and just kind of like one day he actually like showed up and was just like, hey, so I'm in town. You want to come over? I was like,
Sure.
well, fuck yes, I want to come over.
Sorry, I'm busy.
Oh, am I allowed to swear on here?
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah, you are, right? I heard swear words in your channel.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well,
no,
fuck
totally.
yes, I want to be in your band, Billy. Let's do this. Fuck yes, I'm going to come over and play with
Love
you.
that.
And, you know, that's what I was kind of talking about earlier, and just him showing me the ropes on, like, how he runs the blues and stuff. It was... This song specifically was a huge turning point in the band where it kind of felt like, okay, dog's off the leash.
Yeah.
Let's run and see what happens. And right after this song came about, we joined forces with Carter Wilson, great friend of all of ours, who lives up in Dallas now. He was on keys, and it just opened up this whole different world for us. It was great. And, you know, Phil recorded all this stuff, so that's why I wanted to make sure this became a part of the podcast specifically.
Absolutely.
Because it means
it's a joint
so
effort.
much. Yeah. And Phil definitely, he helped bridge a lot of the gaps in the band that made a lot more sense after him.
This whole production was, you know, it took, I mean, you know, we were all working jobs.
Right.
They were playing gigs all the time. And, you know, it wasn't anything that anybody could be a part of it on a daily basis. So, I mean, over the course of, you know, like a year and a half, I think we were recording, but not just for the album, but like if you think about the 2 EPs leading up to that, you know, the album is like almost the 2 EPs redone.
Right. Yeah.
So.
And were you a fan of them before?
Oh, absolutely.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then that's kind of, we're bringing it all back to the beginning here.
It's all
because,
full circle.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's, when I saw them, I was like, dude, when I moved to Austin, you guys should.
That's amazing.
Like, I just want to work with you guys. I'll record you guys. And then it took, you know, me a few years to get that together to be able to get to that point.
Yeah.
You know, when you move to a city, it's like, I came here like ready to go, but also it's like nobody knew me and nobody was ready for me.
Got a network,
and
I know.
And then I had to reestablish myself, and no matter what, it just takes, you know, a long time. So
Sure.
and him and Paul and Gasoline Boots being my first real connection, and also my like first like sort of, you call them clients at that point, but like friends and stuff, you know. It was like it you know, we put everything into it. So
yeah, it definitely sounds like it shows for sure. The production value, the songs. I mean, it sounds great. I love it.
Thank you. And, you know, Billy has introduced us to so many people, and just the network that, like, he's still doing acoustic stuff around town and kicking, like, major ass at it.
Sure.
Oh, shout out to our YouTube channel. Billy's got some great videos on our YouTube.
Oh, perfect.
How Much ATX, yeah.
Awesome. Check that out, guys. How Much ATX on YouTube. And, of course, we'll plug it all at the end again.
Oh, thanks.
Of course.
That's cool.
Yeah, this was a great pick. Anything else about this song? Any memories tied to it? You're like, there's a lot of memories.
Yeah.
Just Billy shredding on the guitar. Jeez.
Yeah, that was sick at the end.
Yeah, like, put it away, man. Come on, buddy.
Have some dignity, you know? I mean, your bass is phenomenal. Phenomenal, Nick.
Oh, stop. Go on.
No, seriously. I'm not just saying that. It's great. It's great. You guys obviously have a chemistry.
It was built through a lot of long shows and just a lot of hard work. And Billy, I will give him and Matt like so much credit.
Sure.
Carter too. Carter, when he joined the band, he gave us like this nice kind of like, hey guys, we're kicking ass.
Yeah,
we
totally.
are badass. Like
Yeah.
let's embrace that a little bit.
You believed in yourselves.
Yeah. And it was like we were so like nose to the grindstone when it was just me, Matt, and Billy, that like when Carter came in, he was like, holy shit, this band is kicking ass. Like we're
That's
like,
amazing.
oh, okay. Sometimes you know have to appreciate where you're at.
Absolutely.
And he did a great job of making us all laugh and laying down some sick key lines too. He's a good
Yeah.
old Key Bump was a good guy.
Keep up.
Oh, sorry, his name's Carter, my bad.
Shout out Keebump. No.
Yeah. Please don't call him that.
No, just kidding. Just kidding. Thank you for sharing that. I'm glad we listened to that. It's awesome. Glad I was exposed to it and happy to add it to my favorites now.
Oh, yeah.
Woo. Okay, cool. All right, we're nearing the end here, so we'll get into Phil's last pick and we'll be right back.
Awesome.
Okay, for the final time, we're back, and we just listened to Tool the letter H, period. I know Tool because my fiance is obsessed with Tool and talks about them all the time. We had to see him in Memphis one year, and I was actually pretty impressed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, singer-songwriter, it's hard to pinpoint, like, what he's talking about because there's so much going on in the songs.
Right.
But I can respect, kind of like the Chili Peppers, like, there's a lot going on, but it's very intricate.
Yeah, there's something special about that to me, you know, and like I've been a big Tool fan for like just as long as, you know, the Chili Peppers and all those, like that was another childhood band that I was like just blown away by. And I picked that because I thought it exposed some of the sensibilities that Tool has in a way, you know. It's like for whatever, you know, it's hard to describe that. But the thing I love about that album from 96, Enema, is that it's like, it scared the shit out of me. Like it was like terrifying, but it was like
the music video scared me.
It's like romantic, but it's terrifying and like and exactly. So Adam Jones, the guitarist from Tool, he's actually the guy that does all the claymation and stop motion and the creepy music videos.
Pretty cool, but creepy, yeah.
Yeah, I'm super into that stuff, and as a musician, as an artist, loving an artist, it's like
love that.
that's kind of how it ties in with everything. Because Tool's not for everybody, and it's not something you just like plug, but anytime I get to play it on the record player here for people and like I can fit it in, it's like I love it.
It absolutely takes you someplace. Like when I saw them at the show, I was expecting to be like totally just kind of not into it, but I actually was kind of pretty immersed into it, you know.
I think that's exactly what they're going for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I could, you know, go on and on and on about that.
Yeah, it's amazing. What do you think about Tool?
Fantastic. Unbelievable. I love like those subtle, like towards the end we really got like specifically on that tune when you get the like the guitar fading out and it almost starts having all these different blends. You hear like it almost turns into like seagulls flocking,
sure.
And you almost get like this like flange, and then it just hits like acoustic guitar, and you hear all of like the different levels of what's really happening there. And there's just a lot of truth behind that music, I feel like.
I feel they use a ton of dynamics too, like tons of dynamics, which makes them, you know, you can tell it's Tool if you know Tool but don't really know Tool. Like I could quickly realize that it's them, you know, with the soft guitar, the drums, the build-ups, all that stuff. It's pretty like a staple for them. Right,
and there were like definitely other, like if you know, I did, like I said, I picked a song that exposed some of those sensibilities on that album. But if I was gonna pick a long, it would have been like a 15-minute long song, which I was
Tool
gonna save.
Songs are really long usually.
Yeah, because I would have like Third Eye is the one I'm thinking of. It kind of reminded me of the same feeling that of when I first heard Led Zeppelin do. Oh shit! I can't believe I can't think of the name right now. No Quarter.
Oh, okay.
You know that song?
Yeah.
How like trippy it is.
Yeah.
And dark and trippy is like some of my favorite stuff.
Yeah, they definitely are that for sure.
Yeah.
But it's not horrible.
And hey, I want to do you know, to all the listeners, all the weird madness you hear going on is definitely a freight train that we're about 20 feet from. Yeah, there's a freight train right on the other side of our studio.
They wanted to be part of the pod. Shout out to them.
Can you feel it in your feet?
Yeah, totally. I thought it was like a band rolling in, like
rolling in with the freight train, making up songs on the spot. Okay, anyway.
I thought he was gonna go next. I'm like, okay, I gotta prep something. So I'll do an improvised song.
Oh, do it.
No, God, no. I can barely do this. This was awesome. Tool, yeah, and to let you know how much of a fan my fiance is, we have this metal art that his friend from Ohio actually does, and it's of the singer Maynard. It's like in our kitchen, and it's actually kind of cool. Like I don't mind it hanging in our kitchen, but that's how big of a fan he is of Tool. It's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. Sweet. Anything else about this one, Phil?
No. Discover on your own.
Yeah.
You'd like?
It's definitely an experience. Tool is an experience.
Yeah, just turn the lights off and
maybe smoke some weed.
Yeah, probably, maybe.
Or not. That's off air. No, just kidding. Perfect. All right, so we've reached the end of your picks, but this has been so much fun. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for
Mina.
this space.
Appreciate that.
Yes, thank you for your work. I so appreciate your work ethic and everything you guys are doing thank you for having me. Thanks for being a part of this. This is so exciting and so awesome. I'm really excited for people to see this and hear this and to get to know you guys more, for sure. But please tell the people where they can find you. Can they play here?
Yeah.
Can they drink here?
Even if you're not from Austin, just hit us up because we like to host a bunch of bands from all over the place, and we have, and it's they're like we'll do a video, we'll hang out, we'll do our hospitality, we'll put our Bloody Mary seasoning and our margarita salt on everything.
That's right. Tell us about that really quick.
Oh, go ahead, Paul.
So that's part of how much we have different ventures that we do.
Ventures.
I love it.
To say it.
We happen to, me and Phil each have our own salts that we created, and then we started teaming up on different seasonings and stuff. So we have some seasonings available.
That's amazing.
You can find them on
go ahead, yeah.
HowMuch.com.
HowMuch.com.
ATX.
Well, actually, Instagram. Hit us up on Instagram.
That's the best way to reach you, right?
It's always the best way.
Okay, cool. That's important. Yeah, we have some of your spices that we used on our chicken. It's amazing.
Are you serious?
Yes, we bought it the first time we were here.
That's awesome.
It's so cool.
Cool.
I really love that you guys have so many ventures that you're just kind of trying out, throwing at the wall. See, like that takes a lot of courage to do, and I really commend you for that.
Well, thank you. And to be honest, I think we're trying to slim down on the ventures. So I think we have an adventure. In fact,
we
it's called
like
How
this
Much.
one.
I mean, that's great.
Is kind of our main focus right now. So even the seasonings are taking a little bit of the back seat, but we still have a lot of passion for good food, good drinks, and stuff like that. So it ties hand in hand.
Yeah. How much Austin is the right place for how much then,
I think
People
so.
look for all the elements that you guys
Hope
are
so.
creating. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much. And where can people find you individually on Instagram?
Oh my God. License plate number. No, I'm just kidding.
Social security.
Local
iPad
area
code.
men at HowMuch Studios.
Individually. Well, definitely. The only thing that I would broadcast that I would plug would be
Plug
my
away.
Spotify.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. If it's not How Much, then find me on Spotify under Phil Kegley.
I'll definitely link one of his songs after the episode so you guys
great,
can save it right to your playlist.
And that song, I guess it's Paul's pick of my song, so it's kind of a joint effort to say goodbye and wish you a happy 50th episode.
Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much for being a part of it.
Yeah.
Such an honor. And the song that would be brand new.
Yeah, it's one of my
Phil
favorites.
Brand new. Okay, gotcha.
It's one of my favorites. So I guess I should probably say what I'm going to say about it before because we're not coming back. Okay, so
well, you are. You'll come back for another episode for sure.
I hope so.
Please,
Absolutely.
please.
Yes.
Can we be number 101? So that way.
Actually, every milestone we'll do it together. Yeah. How does that sound?
Oh, come on.
That'd
All
be
right.
awesome.
Well, yes. The answer is yes.
I love that.
But
go ahead.
brand new is a song it's off my EP Aquarius that is most recently released. And that's the one where I'm like a younger version of myself because I actually am. I'm like 25 in the song.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's really cool to bring it back because I've been playing that song for years, but I never released it. It was just a live. Actually, I did it in the Phil Kegley band once on one of my albums. I redid that song. So sorry.
So it has new life
sorry
to
about that. But it was the original take of it.
Oh,
and I was all
okay.
by myself. Like just snowed in all the time in my studio in Madison, and it just meant a lot to me. And I thought at the time I was like, dude, this is the best song I've ever written.
Interesting.
And maybe it is. Who knows?
Yeah. So it's the original recording of that time you recorded it.
Correct.
So you didn't redo it.
I did not redo it. And
okay.
even in this whole EP that I released, I didn't redo anything. I just remixed it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
And
cool.
I left myself with I didn't do myself a lot of favors as an engineer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because in the future, I'm like, oh, I wish I would have separated those things. So it's, with that EP, it's you get what you get and it's awesome.
I can't wait to hear that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
There's a lot of truth I'm sure you can hear in yourselves.
Oh,
when you first write,
yeah.
you're like, oh, you're very honest about, where you are. And as you get older, it gets harder to do that.
No,
for some people.
I can't. I wouldn't say. I'm not going to say I disagree with that, but I say that in my experience, I never lose. I never lose that truth.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I find that
It
some
gets more
artists
real,
have trouble
actually,
with that.
I think the more I go.
Sure. I love
So.
that. That's great. Thank you for sharing. That's amazing. Paul, where can they find you individually? Where can they follow you? If you want them to.
Find me at the studio.
At the
how much ATX?
Literally
That's
follow
the
him
best
to the
way.
studio.
Yeah,
You can follow me
we live
there.
here basically right now.
Yeah.
Not actually, but like we're pretty much here all the time.
Yeah, you can tell. It's amazing. It's good vibe. So happy we got to do this. Thank you. Shout out to Reid for doing...
Reid, let's give it up for Reid.
He's behind the scenes making us and look and sound good. So thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for everything. I hope I see you guys so soon.
You're so awesome. Thank you so much
Thank you,
for
Mina.
coming out.
And congratulations on episode 50.
Thank you.
And
Stoked.
to another 500.
To another 5 million. Yes.
Yes.
And to all of like our listeners that are following How Much ATX on this, you know, make sure to give Artists Living Artists a follow on Spotify.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
That's so sweet. Yeah, please do. Follow it on Spotify. You can leave a voicemail if you like.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a
How
cool
did you
feature.
get voicemail?
You just go to the episode page. You can leave a voicemail for any episode. Excuse me, my voice is giving up. And yeah, I can play it live on the episode. Yeah, if you want to give your input or pick a song, it's pretty cool. Pretty good
That's
Spotify.
awesome.
Yeah,
You're so
Spotify.
awesome.
That's so badass.
Let's give it for Mina. Come on, everybody.
Yay me! No, thank you guys so much.
Thank
and
you
yeah,
so much.
be sure to check out How Much on Instagram. Get your t-shirts for Artists Living Artists and all that good stuff. But we will see you guys next time.
Thank you.
Say bye.
Bye.
Camera there, camera there, camera there.